Am I the a-hole for asking my husband to get out of house because he indirectly accused me of having an affair with my brother-in-law? I 26F have been married to my husband, 27M, for a year. I dated him for 5 years and finally got married to him last year. He's always been perfect for me and I simply cannot understand why he is acting like this all of a sudden and so suspicious about me and my brother-in-law. I didn't even know that my husband was insecure about my relation with my brother-in-law. I got to know about it from my brother-in-law and I don't like this at all. I also don't want to ruin my perfect marriage over some misunderstanding, but I am really mad at my husband for not trusting me. I always had a great relationship with my brother-in-law. He's 3 years younger than me. Ever since my husband introduced me to his family, I and my brother-in-law got along. I think of him as my younger brother. It's kind of funny that I get along with him more than my own brothers, and we joke about it. My brother-in-law is very frank with me, and so am I. He often jokes and makes me laugh, in front of our family or if we spend time alone, and he always helps me, which is why we are so damn close to each other. Like 7 months ago when I was sick, my husband wasn't present to help me. He was in a different city because of his new job. It was my brother-in-law who helped me and stayed with me for a week. He helped me with chores, cooking, laundry. Even when I asked him to not let me bother him, he just said, "Sis, it's my responsibility to help you and take care of you in my brother's absence." But 3 months ago my brother-in-law got distant. Usually my brother-in-law used to check up on me and call me every few days, but he got distant. He would come over for dinner and spend time with me when I am alone, but he stopped. I thought maybe he is going through something. I asked him, but he just brushed it off. But he started avoiding me more and stopped visiting me, and I started growing anxious, so I visited him 4 days ago. I wanted to know the reason. After I visited him and pressured him, he told me that his brother asked him to stay away from me and he doesn't like the fact that we are so close, especially when he's not around, and he finds our close bond disgusting. I hugged him and said that I will talk to my husband and comforted him because I think he's just as hurt as I am. My husband is accusing his brother and his wife, and it's disgusting. I love both men. The only difference is I love my husband romantically and sexually, and I love my brother-in-law because I think of him as my brother. Anyway, I confronted my husband and he kept telling me and explaining himself how he wanted to hide it from me and how he thinks that me being close to my brother-in-law is icky and people will judge us, etc. I said, "F those who think about us like this, and I don't care. I will continue to be close to my brother-in-law, and I am disappointed that you have so little trust in me and your own brother." He said he's sorry. I told him to get out and do not return until I tell you. My husband left, but he constantly calls me and texts me. I reply to him and ask him how he's doing, etc., but I didn't tell him to come back even though he has asked me a lot. I am still angry at him for how he's thinking. So AITA for kicking my husband out? I don't like that I kicked my husband, but I am angry and hate the way he's thinking.
Am I the a-hole for telling my cheating wife she shouldn't expect my sister to invite her to Thanksgiving? 5 years ago, my wife cheated on me. The whole thing really hurt me, but we did reconcile, and it's water under the bridge now as I had completely forgiven my wife 2 years after the incident. However, when I had found out about the cheating, I was really unsure about what to do, and it felt like my whole world was crashing down. So I did confide in my sister, the person I'm closest to besides my wife. My sister gave me really valuable input and advice, and she helped me a lot in my healing. However, my sister did maintain that she did not want to speak to my wife ever again, and I was okay with it. For this year Thanksgiving, my sister was hosting it, and I was really excited to go there as my sister is an amazing cook. My sister too really wanted me to come, but she was clear that only I was invited. I did speak to my wife about it, and my wife was really hurt. I told my wife she could just go over to her mom's for Thanksgiving, as her mom was hosting it too. My wife asked me if I could try and convince my sister to invite her, but I told my wife my sister would never invite her or speak to her, and it's just a consequence of her infidelity. While I had completely forgiven her, that doesn't mean others had to forgive her. Am I the a-hole?